Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, the podcast. Hi, how are you? I apologize for the lack of uploads last week. We, of course, had our 10-minute mailbag and our podcast episode, which we're back doing again today, of course. But work kicked my ever-loving ass last week, so there was no Wednesday, Thursday, and or Friday upload. We're back to normal, regularly scheduled programming this week, so rejoice. But we're going to talk about the Team Affinity drop. I know it came out on Friday. You've probably watched a lot of videos already on Friday or maybe Saturday about the drop. But as you guys know, I like to let the information and the content digest. I let it simmer. I think about things, and I play it a little bit before I form an opinion. But we're going to talk about Team Affinity. Overall, not bad. Pretty good. Just a couple thoughts, obviously, like we tend to have on this podcast. So as always, like, subscribe. Liking the video would make me a happy boy. Subscribing would make me the happiest boy. And if you want to further this conversation, please, the comments are an open space, an open forum, as is our Discord. Link is in the description. Join the Discord. So let us, where's the button? There's the button. Okay, let us talk. So let's talk Team Affinity. Team Affinity Season 1, Chapter 3, the final Team Affinity of Season 1. I have finished the AL East and the NL East, working on the rest. I have gotten every card that I want to have for my God Squad. The rest is just binder filler. I guess maybe that's actually a good place to start. I'll just show you where my team's at. I've added Willie Mays, Larry Walker, Jimmy Rollins, George Brett. I've gotten some collection and or XP reward path cards. My lineup is in a really good place. I'm very happy with it. The only changes I'd like to make as of right this moment, I would love to get the World Series Jorge Posada card. He will be my new catcher. Card looks incredible. My pitching staff's entirely left-handed. Oh well. Look out for a video on CC Sabathia on Thursday, and maybe someone else on Friday, working to figure out who that might be. Cliff Lee is maybe my favorite pitcher every single year, so it might be Cliff Lee. Even though last year we did that already, might do it again. And the bullpen got major upgrades. Goosey Goose and the boys are here. Blake Trinan's really good. Just overall, a big step up in teams. My team went from like a 94 overall to a 98 overall from the content drop and the collections and the XP and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate what SDS did on Friday with giving out so much XP. It was a double XP weekend again. And the XP cap was quadrupled, so you can get 60k in a day. But they also layered in 180,000 experience into programs, into Team Affinity, into event. The event's got a ton. That's good. That's great. They need to do more of that around this time of the cycle for the season. I hope they continue doing that in Season 2 and 3. It helps people catch up or get to the places they want to be. Not everybody's at the point I am. I've already spun this stupid wheel like 3 or 4 times. But everyone's getting there. Work it at your own speed. Work it at your own pace. Don't set unrealistic goals for yourself. If you only want to get Jimmy Rollins out of the XP reward path, don't focus on getting all 3. Just get Jimmy Rollins. This is not a race. It's not a competition. They also made it seem as if you might be able to get some of these cards after Season 1 ends. I don't know how that's going to work. Obviously, they didn't really talk about that, but they did mention it might be possible. In the content stream on Friday, this was the first time they've said grind 99 all year. Maybe they heard my complaint a few weeks ago when I said they've never said grind 99. It's all about play to 99 or whatever they were calling it. They said grind 99 finally. Doesn't really make it better, but they said it. A few things to note on Team Affinity before we talk about the actual cards. I don't like what they did. So they thought they were doing us a solid little fist bump from SDS. Dividing the offline grind into specific parts. And then, let me turn my camera off real quick. Hold on. Giving us less XP for doing stuff. Overall, just a horrific change. Horrible. Not good. Terrible. Let us play the game the way we want to play the game. I don't want to play mini seasons, really, ever. And play versus CPU is, generally speaking, the easiest way to grind, but what if I just want to do this all in the conquests you just gave me? I hate this. I hate this a ton. I cannot begin to express how much I hate it. For a community that largely grinds offline, this is potentially worse than someone who does it online, because as an online player, I can mostly just ignore this and go do all this stuff. Which I have been doing. But for a player who's trying to grind all this out and only wants to play offline, not only did you make it harder because you have to do more random stuff, you made the XP less. It's just really stupid, to put it bluntly. It's just really dumb. What makes it worse is that there's less XP given out. Or program points, not XP, program points. Same thing. You guys know what I mean. Just really not good, very, very bad. Just really not good. Because of this and because of a couple other things, the grind is longer. The past 2 Team Affinities, or at least the last one, definitely the last one. When I recorded the podcast to review the last Team Affinity, I had already finished it. And I played a lot that weekend, but I had already finished it. It was attainable. Hair in my mouth, excuse me. This one's less attainable. There are conflicting opinions on grind too long and grind too easy. Here's where I stand. It was easy enough for me to get all the cards I wanted to get, and I'm happy I got them. There are people who finished this quickly and then complained that they finished it too quickly and now they have nothing to do. To be fair, they gave you something to do. You just chose to finish it immediately. Just my viewpoint. Just my viewpoint. I am fine slow rolling, give or take, the rest of this Team Affinity, because a lot of the cards that I don't have are not going to do anything for me. They might for you. You might prioritize different players than I do. We'll talk about the cards in a minute. I would say probably 6 or 7 of these cards are worth my time. Different ones might be worth yours, but for me, just like every Team Affinity, I said this last time, and everyone got upset. Team Affinity is not meant to wholesale change your entire team. Maybe it's different this time because 99s are coming, and we don't really have 99s anywhere else, so it might be a little bit different for you. But generally speaking, if I get 5, 6, 7 usable cards, like God Squad usable cards out of Team Affinity, I'm a happy camper. At least given the history of Team Affinity. In a perfect world, Team Affinity is all 30 cards are, oh my god, crazy bangers. That's just never how it's been, really. Maybe like once in a blue moon in MLB The Show 20 or 21 or something. So, overall thoughts on Team Affinity, I was underwhelmed by the repeat legends. Like, again, we're going to go through all these, but like, Alan Trammell doesn't move it for me. Horman Killebrew doesn't move it for me. This entire division is just cat piss. Ludwig's got a great swing, but he's whatever. Stargel's fine. Yount, I wish he had a better swing because his cards are built so well every time. Eric Davis, lose his rights. Just throw them away. Kerry Wood's like, he's gimmicky, I guess, but like this whole division's just butt water. It's terrible. All this being said, after I looked at all the cards that I wanted to use, and even a couple of surprises, I was like, wow, these are built well. They did a good job building these cards. And one of my biggest takeaways, is that look at this Blake Trinan card. Is a free Blake Trinan from Team Affinity. Max hit per 9, max pitch and clutch, max break, max velo, sinker cutter, all the stuff we like. They also released a headliner Rich Gossage. We'll go find him. Max K per 9, max velo, max break. He's got a sinker. He's got outlier. The free Blake Trinan and the 50,000 stub Rich Gossage, kind of like a toss-up. That's a good thing. That a free card is on the same level, or maybe even better, because he's got a cutter as well, than a card that's 50k. And I know headliners come down in price. I understand headliners are not the unattainable cards that are from some of these specialty packs. But still, I appreciated that. And I don't know if that was a one-off. I don't know if that was intentional. But it's a small... listen, it's the smallest of teeny tiny W's. Making this point now that the good Team Affinity cards, like the good Team Affinity cards, are on a level playing field with the other cards that were dropped in packs on Friday. Except for this Paul Skeens. It's probably the best starting pitcher in the game. But, you know, the 90 Paul Skeens is pretty close. The Chase card continues to just split the community in half. Like, this specialty pack, the home stretch pack, this Trevor Story is very good. Switch hitting Eduardo Escobar, you know, at the plate at least, just as good, if not better. He's not as fast and he doesn't field as well, but hitting-wise, basically the same. Kodai Senga, yeah, sure, he's really good. I don't think he's a must-have. Samuel Basallo, ginormous prospect. I don't really need him. You know, Max Clark, this Max Clark stinks. Aaron Loop, everyone should go get. He's pretty cheap, and he's Aaron Loop. But, like, you know what I'm getting at here? The Team Affinity cards kind of were on mostly equal playing field, level footing, toe-to-toe, whatever you want to say, butt-to-butt, with the cards and packs. So let's talk about these Team Affinity cards. I am going to tell you a couple that are absolute sleepers. Maybe one that's not so much of a sleeper anymore, but in the grand scheme of things could be. And tell you which cards I'm planning to either use or have on my bench or be in the conversation. So we look at the AL East. Brian Roberts is not my second baseman, but he's going to be almost everyone's second baseman. So this is an excellent card. An excellent, excellent card. Of course, he fits the Carlos Santana boost. He can run, he can field. His power plays up sometimes, and then sometimes he swings a wet noodle. But good card. I wish the vision was a little higher, but not bad. Wade Boggs, sleeper card. If I didn't have George Brett, Wade Boggs would be my third baseman. This card is incredible. It is built just like every other Wade Boggs. Max clutch, high vision, max contact, power that plays way up. I don't know what it is about Wade Boggs. I'm hitting 545 and 11 at-bats. That's 6 for 11. 3 doubles and a ding-dong. He's just a demon. He's a menace. I'd play him at first if I didn't have Big Titty Babe Ruth. I'd play him at third if I didn't have George Brett. He is now my right-handed killer off the bench. Use Wade Boggs. Sleeper card, DJ LeMahieu. He's on my bench. He has infield versatility. I'd actually prefer to play him at first and third, not second. He crushes left-handed pitching. He's got max clutch. Vision's good. Fielding is great. He's just slower than piss, which is why I wouldn't want to play him at second. His swing's a little different. And this is one of those cases where I was pleasantly surprised. They announced DJ LeMahieu as the Yankees Team Affinity card, and I was like, oh, DJ LeMahieu? Like, legendary Yankee? DJ LeMahieu? Like, it didn't do it for me. However, I am pleasantly surprised with how well this card is built, and it serves a purpose on the bench for me. Some people might want to start him. That's totally fine. For me, great bench bat. Big fan. Big Bad Bradley. What a card. What a weird, stupid, great card. Yeah, he's gonna play a lot of places for a lot of people. He can play every position but catcher. He's a primary shortstop, which seems odd to me. I think most people are gonna play him at second or maybe even third. If you play him in center field, you are asking for danger. But just, listen, he's not on my God Squad, but he's going to be on a lot of God Squads. What a fun card. This is one of the best examples SDS has this year of fun content. Free, fun, fan favorite content. 4 Fs. And then content with a C. Really good card. And then this fucker's back. He's, whatever. Tom Henke. No need to, don't use him. I think the AL East is the best division. The NL East is pretty good too. At least it's top heavy. I gotta turn the game audio down so we don't hear the static. Tommy Glavine in my rotation. Very good. I wish he had a changeup. Not a changeup, I'm sorry. What was I taking? Oh, no. I'm thinking of Al Leiter. Sorry. I always wish Al Leiter had a changeup. Al Leiter, Tom Glavine, pretty similar. I'm a big fan of Tom Glavine's. My entire rotation's left-handers right now. There's so many lefties. Don't use lefty bats against me, or do, so I can have the advantage. But this Tom Glavine's really, really, really good. I have him P2 already because he was my Conquest grinding demon. Don't throw the sweeping curve, but still, great card. Sandy Alcantara, awful, terrible, sucks. Built great. Built great. Every Sandy card stinks for some reason. He gets his ass lit up. You'd think with the primary circle change, he'd be a ton of fun to use. He is ass. Slider sucks, 12-6 sucks, his sinker's bad. I don't know what it is. I don't just think it's me, because clearly 9 innings, 6 runs, not good. But like when I face him, I eat him up too. And that's usually, if I'm eating a pitcher up, that's my barometer. If I'm eating a pitcher up, I'm like, oh, he stinks. So Sandy Alcantara, use at your own risk. Gary Carter, fun catcher, a little underwhelming on the offensive side, if I'm being honest, especially because he's got no base running. A little disappointing. Mike Schmidt continues to be Mike Schmidt. No one uses him. Same goes for Andre Dawson. So, 2 worthless cards. Gary Carter, who's like, okay. Terrible Sandy, Tom Glavine. Then we move to the AL Central. Giolito, horrible. Cliff Lee, the best pitcher in the game. He's not actually, but he's my favorite pitcher every single year. I friggin' love Cliff Lee so much because he puts the ball exactly where you want it. Use Cliff Lee. Maybe I'm just special with the way I use Cliff Lee, because last year I think I had like a 1 ERA with him in many games. Many games. When season 6 rolled around and you could use, or set 6 rolled around and you could use whoever you wanted, I still used Cliff Lee. Maybe I'll do another video with him so you guys can see. Alan Trammell. Boring legend, boring card. Whit Merrifield. Not a legend, boring card. Though, not a bad bench piece. Not on my bench, but he's got high contacts, high clutch, good fielding, so he's at least a gold everywhere, and fast enough at 84. He can play everywhere but shortstop, which is weird, and catcher. For utility purposes, I see it. The card otherwise is not good, though. And then Harmon Killebrew. I never see anybody use this guy. Like, sure, the card's fine, but, like, who's using Harmon Killebrew? Not a great card. Or not a great, not a fan favorite. There's no, I don't know. No one's clamoring to use him. And as I said with the NL Central, maybe the worst collection of cards I've ever seen. Kerry Wood, gimmicky. He is the Showdown legend on, the Extreme Showdown legend boss, though. First try. Thank you. He was annoying to face, though. Eric Davis, loses rights. He's a base runner. He's got max base running. That's it. Speed, steal, base run aggressiveness. He's great. 62 vision is bad on a 99. 94 clutch is not great on a 99, especially when it lowers his only redeeming quality, which is that he kills lefties. If you bring him in to pinch hit with a runner on second base against a lefty, his 115 contact goes down to 94. Not good. Robin Yount, as I said, card is built so well. So well. These are the builds I love to use if their swings are not Robin Younts. It's unfortunate. Willie Stargell, I mean, fun card. And looking at him now, I might put him on the bench, maybe? I'm not sure. The vision's a little low. But God, he kills righties. I don't know. Maybe people use this card. Maybe I'm sleeping a little bit on Willie Stargell. And I apologize for the slander, Mr. Stargell, if I am. But I don't know. He doesn't excite me. And then Ryan Ludwig, if you pair him with an Ortiz boost and a Kershaw boost, I think it was, he's nutty. Really good. But, like, I don't think anybody's rushing to their PS5s or Xboxes to go get Ryan Ludwig. Not a bad card, for sure. High clutch. Vision's not phenomenal. I never realized he had that good of an arm strength. He's got 92 arm strength. He's fine. He's fine. But, like, nobody here is making you, you know, wetter than the ocean. Dare I say. Oops, wrong division. So in the AL West, I think we have the best sleeper card in the entire thing. It's not Jeff Bagwell. He sucks. It's not Jim Edmonds. He's never seen a lefty before. Blake Trinan, as we discussed, very good. It's not Ian Kinsler either, who is just mid all around. If he was a Star Wars character, he'd be a midichlorian. He's just mid everywhere. Edgar Mother Effin Martinez is the most underrated card in this drop. Hard stop. He will be in my lineup till the end of time. Well, the end of the season. Don't look at his fielding. Doesn't matter. You're DHing him. He's got max clutch, 110 vision, max discipline, if that helps you in any way. 119 contact right, 125 contact left, 100 power right, 120 power left. A friggin' killer. With how many lefty pitchers are in this game right now, Edgar Martinez is a must-use. Must-use. I will be that firm and say that he is a must-use card. Put him on your bench? Sure. I think he should be in everybody's starting lineup. You could probably get away with him at first base. First basemen have unrealistic fielding qualities anyway. You might look at his 39 speed and be like, too slow for me. I feel that, trust me, because running is important. Speed is very important. It doesn't matter if you hit nukes. And I can promise you Edgar's going to hit nukes. Such a fun card. Large fan of Edgar Martinez. This is another fun card. Who has no bit... I mean, Edgar Martinez had an incredible career, but, like, I don't remember the last time they dropped an Edgar that was this good. Was it 22 that he was close to this good? I think 22 he had a good card. This card might be better than 22. Fun card. And then lastly, we go to the NL West. Brian Wilson. I guess he's a bullpen guy just because he's a 99, but I don't know if he really has the stuff for me. I hate that his 4-seam and his 2-seam are the same speed. And the 2-seam doesn't even break a lot. So, if it broke more, I'd be in. Hunter Renfroe. Fun events and BR card. Not a ranked card. No clutch, no vision, no contact. A great swing. Hunter Renfroe's got an incredible swing. Just not a ranked card. Gary Sheffield. What did they do to my boy? Remember the Gary Sheffield we got last year that was 125 every hitting attribute? Not anymore. This card stinks. CJ Crone. He's fine. I presume people might give him a whirl. The clutch helps. Vision's pretty good. Hits lefties well. Hits righties okay. 81 on the field might be very generous, but maybe I'm just not up on my CJ Crone knowledge. This card's fine. And then this fella right here. Fun content number 3. I thought he'd be underrated, but everyone seems to be going crazy for him, so he's not underrated. Eduardo Escobar, my second baseman on the ranked team. 108 clutch is good. 93 vision, good. He's a silver in the field at his secondary of second base or shortstop. 69 speed, nice. Nothing pops off the page here except that he is a switch hitter with maybe one of the best swings in the game. It's that simple. It's that simple. Remember last week, I think it was, when we talked about like what attributes I'm looking for in hitters? I think we talked about that in 10-minute mailbag. And how all of that can be trumped by swing. This is your example. I think last week I gave the example of Gleyber Torres. This week I'm giving the example of Eduardo Escobar. Also, of course, fits your Santana team. Great card. Great card. Also fits a ton of theme teams. I almost said team themes. That's different. That's backwards. Big fan of Esco. Big fan of Esco. And, like, that's Team Affinity. I like that they gave us this choice pack in here pretty early on. Even if you don't pull anything, the prices on the marketplace are so low, so you should snatch some of these up if you're trying to do collections. Millionaire pack, it's just a waste of time. Vault pack, sellable. All diamonds now. That's fun. I haven't pulled any rare rounds since this has happened, but I still have 4 more chances with these 4 divisions here, so we'll see. We'll see. When it comes to what's ahead, we have a roster update on Friday. We have a Lightning player on Friday, our first Lightning player. It's also a free Diamond player pack. And then moving on to the week after, new other program, and then a ranked program update, like the Drop 2 update. The Jorge Posada card in ranked looks sick. The Jake Arrieta new legend card looks like a lot of fun. Hannes Wagner and Johnny Cueto in BR. So much came out on Friday, almost too much. I wish they'd kind of sort of separate some of that content just a little bit. Just stagger it even a couple days. But a good drop. Some very concerning XP / offline grinding related issues that, again, I hate. I cannot express that enough. I hate it. I think a lot of offline people should hate it too. But in terms of cards and availability and accessibility, this one wasn't bad. There are still some cards and packs, but as I said, these free Team Affinity cards are pretty level with most of them. And that is better than what it has been so far this year. Still not good. They should be just as good as all the cards and packs. Or at least closer to them. But it's a step in the correct direction. So that's where I'm at, boys and girls. I hope this analysis here of Team Affinity was helpful to you. If I'm sleeping on cards, I told you about who other people might be sleeping on, but if I'm sleeping on somebody, please let me know. I'd love to give that person a try or disagree with you kindly. I don't know. Everybody has their own swing preferences. We're allowed to like who we like. Love who you love. It's fine. But that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I love you all. Look out for more content this week, as is the norm. And enjoy the grind. Love you all. See you next time.